welcome to Just Add Juice, a podcast where mom life meets business building. I'm your host, Brittany Hunter, virtual assistant and mom to a sweet baby girl. We're just going to dive right in today. Today is part 5 of an 8-part series where I'm walking you through the steps of starting your virtual assistant business. This episode is going to be all about how to choose the services that you'd like to provide. And what's really exciting is if after listening to this episode, you want to get into it a little bit further, I actually have a freebie that I'm sharing with you starting today. And it's an excerpt of my full workbook, 7 Days to VA Mom Mentality. And this freebie is going to have everything we're talking about in this episode and then some, so that you can use it as an extra resource in regards to choosing your services for your business. The link for that will be in the description of this episode. Now let's get started. Not knowing what services you want to provide, or not even knowing what skills you have to provide a client, can hold you back from starting your business. So this is an important piece of the puzzle that you should figure out, because without a service and a way to help businesses, there's no way to actually be a virtual assistant. Now, one of the many advantages of starting a virtual assistant business is that you have so many options. So this business can look however you want because you can offer your help in so many different ways. And once you do make a decision, you can always change it later. You're going to find as you start working with clients that there's going to be some tasks that you enjoy doing more than others, and the tasks that you do not like doing, you don't have to offer. So that means the services you provide may evolve over time, and they likely will as you evolve yourself, as you learn more, and as you learn more about yourself. And what's really exciting is that there's no way for you to know what your business is going to look like a few years from now. Some of the most fun work I've done as a VA, I didn't even know existed when I first started my business. And other work that I enjoy doing, I didn't even know I would be interested in it or good at it until I jumped right in and tried it. So you're likely going to be surprised at what you fall in love with once you start experimenting, learning, and actually working with clients on their businesses. But if you're sitting there thinking that you don't have any real skills to offer, or that you wouldn't even know where to start, that's okay. That's super common, especially among moms who may not have worked in a 9-to-5 world for a while. So to get started, I want you to realize that you do have more skills than you probably currently think. And if you're not sure what those skills are, or maybe you can't think of any skills that you're interested in offering as a service, there are a few ways to explore what skills do interest you and how to learn those skills so that you can offer them. For starters, you can take a free online course. How I got started was actually in copywriting, and that just started from a copywriting course that I took. I enjoyed writing, and I thought that marketing was interesting, so to combine them into copywriting seemed like a good fit for me. And then once I realized that I wanted to offer more variety in my services and how I help businesses, that's what shifted my business from copywriting to virtual assisting. So go ahead and explore what does sound interesting to you, take a couple free courses and see what happens. You can also check out freelance job boards like Upwork or Fiverr and just see what other service providers are offering and what businesses are looking for. And in relation to that, you can also check out what other VAs online are offering. So what sounds fun? What services do you have a background in already? This is the part where I really want you to pay attention to what you actually enjoy doing or what you have enjoyed doing in the past. So whether this is a past job, maybe it's experience you've had in volunteer work, you really don't want your business to become just another job that you can't stand doing. So really focus on what you actually enjoy doing, because as long as a business is looking for help in that area, there's definitely a way to make money with it. Now, in the freebie that's linked in the description of this episode, there'll be more ideas on brainstorming how to find the skill and service that's right for you. And in the meantime, I want to ask you a few questions so that you can start thinking about it. When you do download that freebie, there's going to be places where you can journal and write down your answers so that all your notes are in one place. So first question is, I want you to ask yourself, what skills have I gained from my past jobs? consider any and all jobs, any and all skills. And once you're finished with these exercises, you'll be able to see how you might be able to tie some things together. At this point, brainstorm and consider everything that you've had experience with. The next question is, what hobbies have I had and what skills have they required? This one may allow you to dive deeper into things that you actually enjoy, because not everyone has enjoyed what they've done in past jobs. But when you're taking a look at hobbies, you likely had that hobby because you enjoyed something about it. And even if you don't think it required a skill, it likely did. So just try to brainstorm what hobby you had, what you did, and how that could possibly translate into a skill that you can use to help another business with. And the last question for now is, what things interest me? What do I like to spend my time doing? So even if this is not a job, even if this is not another hobby, what do you actually enjoy doing? And again, if you tie all these things together, you might start to see a pattern, and then you might be able to see how some of these skills can translate into an actual offer to help businesses. And remember, even if you feel like your skills are quote unquote basic, it doesn't mean that they aren't valuable. The very things you might find fun and easy could be the very things that business owners are actually looking for someone to help them with. And try not to put too much pressure on yourself to think of everything right away. Go ahead and take some time today, maybe on a walk, in a shower, at the gym, whatever you're doing. Try to keep these questions in the back of your mind and start to notice what things interest you. What do you have experience in? And then come back to this list later. And like I said, once you download your freebie, you'll have a place to actually write your notes in, so you can add to that list as you go. I want to make sure that you're not forgetting to add certain experiences you've had. That way you have a decently sized list to see what your options are. But I also definitely don't want you to feel overwhelmed. So try to find some happy medium here. And also keep in mind that whatever service you choose, you don't have to offer it to just anyone, to just any type of businesses. You can decide what types of businesses you actually want to help. And that's another great thing about having your own virtual assistant business. You get to make these calls. You get to decide what it is you want to do and what it is that you want to stay away from. Whether it's something that interests you or something that fits your values or all of the above. And again, I just want to reassure you that whatever your experience or lack thereof, you will find a service that you're passionate about enough to offer. At the end of the day, you always have the option to learn something new. So maybe you have an interest in something that you want to dive deeper into. Go ahead and take an online course in it. Maybe it's something that you've never tried before, but you always loved the idea of. Go ahead and take a class. And use the suggestions that I gave in the beginning of this episode to brainstorm what type of skills are out there as your options. A lot of people start their businesses by offering one service, and then they can always add more services or change their services over time. So don't think you need a list of 10 services to offer a business. You can start small and focus on the businesses that really need that, and then go from there. And on the flip side of that, you don't have to choose just one. You can offer a couple, a few, if you can't choose just one. Again, this is your business, so you get to make the calls. So you get to pretty much do whatever you want. Like with most things in business, there is no one right answer. So just do what feels right for you and then adapt where necessary. And keep in mind that this step is only one day out of my 7 days to VA mom mentality. So make sure you give this some thought, but try not to get too stuck on it. Again, you can change your mind later. What's most important is that you have something to start with so that you can get closer to landing a client and earning money doing this. If you need any help with this step, definitely check out the freebie that I have linked in the description. It's going to go over everything we talked about, like I said, and then some. It'll give you some more pointers, and it will give you some journaling spaces so that you can brainstorm, add to the list throughout the day, and then you can see everything in front of you and make a decision from there. Next week, we're going to work on designing your business so that you know what you're creating and you're doing it in a way that actually reaches your goals, both your professional goals, your financial goals, but also your personal goals, because you do not have to work 9 to 5, 8 to 6 in order to earn decent money as a virtual assistant. So next week, we're going to actually dig into what that can look like and what your options are. There are 3 weeks left of this 8-part series. And if you need to catch up, go ahead and listen back to the other few episodes, because I'm going step by step into what it takes to actually get your VA business started as a mom. Let's do this.